This tutorial is made for complete beginners that want to launch their AI agent today. If you've never set up an AI agent before, if you don't know what is a VPS, what SSH means, or any of this works, you're in the right place. I'm going to explain everything step by step from scratch, so you can go from zero knowledge to a fully AI agent running by the end of this video. We're going to rent a server, connect to it, install Hermes, and set up Telegram so you can send a message to your agent with your phone. So first, let's start with what is Hermes Agent. And for this video, what's best than just asking Cloud Code to give us a description of all this process step by step. Here, I will read all this guide with you. I will do all the process with you so you can just repeat the same. And if you want to download this guide, you can just find it in the description. And here we are. Hermes is an open source AI assistant made by New Research. Think of it as your own personal AI that lives on a server, remembers everything you teach it, and gets smarter over time. The good thing, Hermes Agent has a persistent memory. It remembers your preferences, your project, and even how it solved problems in the past. You'll be able to talk and interact with it with your terminal, Telegram, Discord, Slack, or even WhatsApp. Before running your agent, you'll have to know some basics, and we'll cover it quickly right now. So the first thing is, what is a VPS? A VPS, it's the private server. It's like renting a small computer in the cloud. It runs 24/7 and has its own IP, and you can control it entirely. To give you an easy to understand example, imagine you rent an apartment in a building. The building is like the website where you rent the server, the VPS, and the apartment is your VPS. So you own the apartment and no one can get inside. If you're like me and you maybe travel a lot, the best option for you will be a VPS. The best thing with a VPS is that it runs all the time, every day. And the cost to start one is very cheap. You just have to pay between $3-5 to $10-15 per month. Then next, what is SSH? SSH is the way you connect to your VPS from your own computer. It's like a secure tunnel between your laptop and the remote server. Another easy to understand example here, it's like SSH is your phone and you're making a call to your server to then talk with it and exchange information. But instead of voice, you just type commands. When you'll want to connect, it will look like this. This means connect me as a user, route to the server at IP address, the IP address. Once connected, everything you type run on the remote server, not on your laptop. I just asked Claude right now to give me a little bit more detail about SSH because I think this will help you to understand how does that work. So basically, as I said just before, SSH is like the control center to your VPS. So you'll need SSH to install Hermes on your VPS, and then SSH will be the remote control of this VPS. Every time you need to manage, update, or troubleshoot Hermes, you'll open your laptop with your own terminal and type the command we saw before, and you're back on your server. This is a list of things you'll have to do using SSH on your main laptop. For example, updating Hermes, changing the AI model, checking if the gateway is running, reading logs if something breaks, adding a new messaging platform, tweaking configuration, etc. But you won't need SSH for daily usage. Once the Telegram gateway is installed as a service, it runs on its own 24/7. You just message your bot from your phone and it works. No need to open SSH for that. So basically, it looks like this. You use SSH to set up and maintain the server, maybe once a week or when something needs changing, and you use Telegram or other messaging gateway to actually talk to your agent every day. The next important thing to understand is the terminal. The terminal controls everything. It's a text-based way to control your computer. Instead of clicking, you just type commands. The next important thing is LLM provider. Hermes Agent is like the brain's body. So it have all the memory, tool, messaging, but it needs brain to think. And that brain is the LLM, the large language model like ChatGPT-4, Claude, Hermes 3, and the LLM provider give you access to the AI model. You'll just have to connect Hermes to one of those. New Portal is the one built by New Research, OpenRouter, or directly OpenAI. And if you have your own AI running locally, your own LLM running locally, you can also do your own endpoint. Then quickly, what's an API key? It's like the password that lets Hermes talk to the AI provider. You create one on the provider's website and Hermes use it to send messages and get responses. And it looks like this. I don't know what does that mean right now, but it's not really important. So now here, What is the terminal backend? This is the place where your agent will execute all the commands. And there are different ways to do that. First way, the easier to do, is local. So directly on the VPS. Second possibility, through a Docker. So Hermes run commands inside an isolated Docker container on the VPS. It seems it's safer. If the agent does something wrong, it won't break your server, but it requires a bit more setup. And here it's just noise, I will not explain. In our case, if Hermes lives on the same VPS where you want to work, local or Docker is fine. If you want Hermes on one machine controlling a different machine, use SSH. This is not our case. Then, important concept is the messaging gateway. The gateway is a background process that connects Hermes to a messaging app. It's what lets you send a Telegram message and gets a response from your AI agent. Basically, how it looks, you'll send a message from Telegram, it will send it to the gateway, then from the gateway to Hermes agent. The agent will send the request to the LLM provider, it will get an answer, and then it will send the answer to the gateway and you'll receive it right into your Telegram. So don't worry, only you will have access to it, and you can also control access with allow list or pairing codes. The last thing is the memory system. This is what makes Hermes special. It has multiple layers of memory. Session memory, what happened in the current conversation, like your short-term memory resets when the session ends. 2, persistent memory, facts, preferences, and project details that survive across sessions, like your long-term memory. Example, I prefer Python over JavaScript. And then skills. When Hermes solves a hard problem, it writes down how it solved it as a skill document. Next time a similar problem comes up, it loads that skill automatically. Think of it like a recipe book, the agent writes it for itself. 40 plus skills come pre-installed, and it creates new ones as it works. Alright, so I think now you have all the basics to understand how this will work, and we can start to launch the agent and deploy it. First step will be to get your VPS and choose a provider. So I will choose Etzner, it's like the first one recommended. When you arrive on their website, you have to go on cloud, and here you have all the different plans. And in any case, if you want to upgrade, you can do that in a few clicks in your profile. For that, just ask Claude which one is the best for you and your location, and it will give you the best to use. Maybe if you're like me, maybe it's because I live in France, I had to use my ID to verify my account, but then you just need to create a new project clicking here. You write the name and you click add project. So here you have your new project. So when you're on your dashboard, here you click on servers, add server, and here you will choose this formula, regular performance. If you want to know why, just screenshot here, put it in Claude, and it will explain. Here you can choose what you want. You can go with the first offer. I will go with this one to be chill. Then you can choose the location. I will stay with this. And then important, here you need to choose Ubuntu. Here networking, you leave it like this, the first two checked. So here it's an important step, SSH keys. You need to generate one SSH key from your computer. Everything is written on the guide. So if you're on Mac or Windows, you'll have all the commands to execute. So now we're here on the terminal. Let's generate together the SSH key. So first command here, you click enter, and then you have to enter 3 times. So here you enter, and here you enter again. Then when you've done that, you have to run this command here. Then you'll see a line that looks like this. You just have to copy it and paste it in your server in the settings. For example, here you click add SSH key, and here you paste the key and you can give it a name. And here you'll see it's done. You have your key in your settings. Then after that, you can scroll down. You don't care about all of this stuff. Then you set a name and you're done. You can create and buy the server. Now it's done. You have the IP address. Just copy the address and let's go to phase 2. Connect to the VPS. Now we're back on the terminal. You write the command we saw earlier, SSH space root at the IP address of your server. Then here, don't worry, you'll have something that looks like an error message. It's not. It will write the authenticity of host, the IP can't be established, blah, 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 blah. This key is not known by any other name. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? You have to click on yes. It's just completely normal because it's a new server. Your computer don't know. So you just type yes, you press enter, and it's done. All right, so now once it's done, you have to run these 2 commands. Let me explain why. So the first one will refresh the list of available software and the latest versions. And this second one will actually install all available updates. Why doing that? Because when your server is created by Etzner, the Ubuntu image might be a few weeks or month old. In that time, there could be security patches and bug fixes. So running this, make sure everything is up to date before you start installing Hermes. This command is in the guide. Make sure to just copy paste this sentence here, not everything. And then you can try to run this one, but usually Git is pre-installed, so it's just in case. One important thing, if you're like me and you close the terminal between the two steps, be careful, you'll have to reconnect again. So you'll have to run again this command, SSH root at your address IP, and then run these commands. Now this is done, perfect, congrats now. Phase 3, install Hermes Agent. Now you'll see it will be fast. Just copy paste this in your terminal. It automatically installs Python, Node.js, ripgrid, ffmpeg, clones. I don't know exactly what is this. So let's do it. So now you should see, as me, here you have like a progression bar. This means that Hermes is being installed on your VPS. And boom, that's it. The agent is done. Now you can set up the agent as you want. So as you can see here, the last thing it did is to download 85 skills. And now it's time to choose your LLM. You can choose the model from New Research directly. You can connect with OpenAI Codex, so it will use your credits there. Or what I recommend and what I will do is to use OpenRouter. So you just copy paste your API key and you just pay per use. So here on the terminal, you press enter and it asks you to paste your API key. Attention, make sure when you copy paste your API key to just paste it once because you'll not see it on the terminal. So if you paste it twice or 3 times, it will mess up everything and you'll need to fix it later. So even if you don't see anything, just paste, press enter and it's done. Now let's get the key together. It's written on the guide. You go on the website, you create an API key and then you paste it. Now I'm on OpenRouter. I just created my account. You arrive here, API key, and you create an API key. You can give it a name and you create. Obviously, don't forget to add credits to your account to use the models. You can also use crypto if you want. Once it's done and you've pasted the API in the terminal, you'll see all the models that you can use. Don't forget, some models burn more credits than others, so make sure to adapt the model you use depending what you're doing. To finish this video, I will stay with Cloud Opus. Now, next step, we need to choose the terminal backend. If you remember well, I said that we need to choose local. I quickly asked Claude. He said, go with local, you're just getting started, everything will run on the same VPS, and there's no need to add the extra complexity of Docker right now. You can always switch to Docker later if you want more isolation. For now, keep it simple and move forward. Right after that, the agent will ask you this. Claude is saying, this is the maximum number of action Hermes can take in a single conversation, like running commands, reading files, writing code. The default of 60 is a good balance. Just press enter and you can always change it later if you need more complex projects. As you can see, I didn't know what it was for. I wrote Hermes Doctor because I followed the step-by-step guide and just the step-by-step guide wasn't that good. So I will update it and you'll have everything in the right order. But I'm fine as I wrote something invalid. It just kept the 60 number. So next it asks something else. The best thing is to keep the mode all. Claude is saying the same. Keep the default all and press enter. It shows you what Hermes is doing in real time, which tool it's calling, what command it's running, etc. As a beginner, it's really useful to see what's happening under the hood. And same, you can always change later. So I just press enter. Then it asks context compression. You can still press enter, it's good. Claude is saying to keep the default. This controls when Hermes starts summarizing all the messages to save memory. At 0.85, it waits until 85% of the context window is used before compressing. That's a good balance, so let's keep it. Next, the session reset mode. Same, Claude is saying to keep the default inactivity plus daily reset. This means that Hermes will reset a conversation when you've been inactive for a while or a set time each day. It keeps things clean and avoid your context window getting bloated with old messages. Your persistent memory, so the important stuff Hermes learned about you, is not affected by resets, only the current conversation clears. Then you can press enter again. This is 1 day, 24 hours. Then this means that this will reset at 4 a.m., so 4 in the morning. You can press enter. And now an important step, it asks us to set up the Telegram bot. So for that, you have every information in the guide, even the link. First step, you need to talk with bot father on Telegram and to create a new bot. Let's do that. So here you can see on my Telegram, start, and you need to run the command /new bot. You give it a name, then you will see it gives you an API. You just copy it, then you come back to the terminal, you write Y, you press enter, and then you just have to paste the API key. When you paste, at least for the API key, you don't see it, so make sure to just paste it once and press enter. One important thing you need to do right now is here to restrict the access only to you. To do that, you need to paste your user ID. For that, make sure to DM the right bot here, user info bot, with this profile picture. And then when you press start, it will give you your ID number. Then you paste it in the console and you press enter. Here, next step is to write Y and press enter. This means that Hermes will contact you directly to your account through the bot you created with BotFather. Then Hermes asks you if you want to set up the Discord bot. For this tutorial, I will say no. If you really want to set the Discord bot, you can just follow here in the guide how to do it and it will set up the bot for you. Exactly the same with Slack and the same with WhatsApp. For Slack and WhatsApp, if you want to install them, you can check on the official docs in the official website. And here you want to type yes, it's better, it will run 24/7 automatically. Next step, it will ask you that, make sure to type Y and to copy this sentence here, you'll have to run it after. Claude say this makes sure the gateway keeps running even after you disconnect from SSH. Without it, the service cloud stops when you close your terminal. Then when you cancel on the menu, you have to skip the configuration and you arrive here, your agent is ready to go. For me, it asks the question, would you like to install the gateway background service? You type Y, then that's nice. It says all the commands you need to do. So you need to reload the shell. Here you can use both those commands. This makes the Hermes command available. Without this step, your terminal won't recognize the command and you need it right after. So you just have to copy paste. Here, I will go with this command. Hop, I paste it. When you do this command, nothing will appear. This is completely normal. This doesn't print anything when it works. Silence means success. Okay, now if I try to use Hermes, let's go, it works. We had this important command, remember, to make the gateway keeps running even when you disconnect from the SSH. Alright, so very funny. For my personal case, I messed up something, so I had an error. So that's perfect. Basically, when I pasted this, I had an error message. The thing is that my API key with OpenRouter, I pasted it like 2 to 3 times, so it was wrong, and I had to fix it. So to fix it, just ask Claude, it will help you. Basically, I had to copy this, and then I had to change my API key, so I just deleted it, created a new API key, and pasted the new one. Then you press everything here, so Control X, Y, and you enter. So now you're good to use your AI agent. You just need to test the gateway. So for that, you have to run the command Hermes gateway. So here it will look like this on your terminal. Then next thing to do is to contact your bot. Then you will see after running the command Hermes gateway, you'll have an error message. At least that's what I got. And Claude told me that it's just a problem with Hermes right now. But then what I can do is just trying to send a message. Hello, are you here? You see on the terminal, I got something and that's wonderful. The agent just answered me. So that's the first real contact I got with the agent. I'm hyped. That's amazing. So if you're at this step 2, you should be excited and you should receive the message too. Now, last step to do apparently to run it 24/7 is to run those 3 commands. So let's try it right now. First here, I will exit the gateway and I will run the commands. Service started, right? And then gateway status. And you will see gateway service is running. This means that now it starts automatically on boots and restarts if it crashes. It seems that now the agent is set. You can talk to him through Telegram and you can also manage it with the SSH. You'll see in the guide here you have some useful command that you can use. Don't forget that you can also read the docs or also send the docs to your Claude and then it will help you to fix anything. And that's it. Now I'm tired. It's been like a few hours that I'm trying to understand everything, make the video for you so you understand from scratch how to start your AI agent. Now you have your own AI agent running on a $10 server, 24/7 and accessible from your phone. You'll see the cool things with Hermes is that the more you use it, the better it is. It will remember your project, your preferences. it will become your best co-founder. I'm sure this video will help more than one person here. This is exactly the video I would love to have to start my AI agent with Hermes. It have all the information, all the detail you need as a beginner. Thank you for watching this video. I will do more tutorial about AI, how to use Hermes Agent, what you can do with it. I will also build publicly so you can follow me on X. Thanks again. See you.